Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with the beautiful Karina right here in Bogotá, Colombia, ready to answer your questions about the K1 visa. This is the go-to place for the K1 visa question and answer session. And it's a place where you get free information. You don't have to pay a dime. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for the State Department. Our cat doesn't, and he's stretching over the bananas. I don't give you any legal advice. But this is where I've been through two K1 visas, a spousal visa. I know the process like the back of my hand. So here we go. Let's go with some questions. Now, I started the live stream at 6:30 Bogota time. I started it 30 minutes early. Normally I started at 7 p.m., but I started it early because Karina's got stuff to do tonight. Okay, she's going to make dinner and she got all these different plans. So we started it early. So we didn't cancel it. We just started 30 minutes early. And today's Monday. Hoy lunes. Okay, today's Monday, December 11th. And I decided just for subscribers today. So if you've subscribed to the channel, you can ask me all the questions you want. Okay, that's for right now. And then Saturdays and Wednesdays is public for anybody. I don't care if you're subscribed or not, but today is for subscribers. So give me some questions. Miguel, what's going on, Miguel? Mi amor, por favor. The gato, no bueno. Miguel, so you emailed the embassy and their visa unit responded with saying that they haven't received the petition file from the NVC. Okay, so that means that the NVC still has your paperwork. But did you get a ready status from anybody? If you got a ready status, that means the NVC has mailed your visa. It's not in transit. It's in transit, actually. So you just got to wait for the embassy to get it. Okay? Just wait for the embassy to get it. Be patient, okay? Remember, you can't believe half the stuff that the NVC sends out, these crazy emails. You can't believe half the stuff they tell you. Just wait now for the ready status and then from the embassy, okay? Francois Livingston. Good evening, Diego, Karina, and Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo. He decided he wants to just make a lot of noise. He wants to knock things around. He wants to tear the connection out of my computer. But that's Karina's computer. But that's okay. Karina handled it. Miguel, ready status is showing since December 6th. Yeah, just wait. Just wait. It's actually in transit. Even though it says it's ready, it's actually in transit. So the NBC is telling you a story, okay? Like they've told me lots of stories. They told me the embassy in Bogota was closed because of COVID, which was a story. So don't worry about what the NBC says. All you got to do is wait right now. Just wait. The embassy's they haven't forgotten about you. They haven't. Arsenal Forever. Good evening, Diego. What documents does one need to take for the OFC biometric appointment? DS-160 for a K1 visa and the passport, DS-260 for a spousal visa and your passport. When you go to the biometrics, you got to bring the DS-160 confirmation page and your passport. And if it's a spousal visa, IR1, CR1, then you got to bring the DS-260 and your passport. That's it. Miguel, thanks for calming my nerves, Diego. No, you're good, Miguel. You emailed the MVC just in case. Now the MVC, they're gonna tell you that it's at the embassy. The embassy's gonna tell you it's at the embassy, and they haven't received it. What you gotta do, you just gotta be patient and wait it out. Okay? I've been through this maze of craziness twice, so I've been through that. I went through a spousal visa. They said, your visa's at the embassy, and I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's at the MVC. Don't be telling me stories. And then a week later, I got a message from the embassy saying, oh, yeah, it's here. So just relax, okay? You got it. You got it. Miguel, I emailed the MVC just in case. Great idea. I would have done that too. Francois Livingston, any news on your Interpol report? Well, tomorrow, they told us, Interpol told Karina that it will be ready by the 18th of December at the maximum. The latest is the 18th of December. But tomorrow, we're going to go to Central Bogota and we're going to go to the Interpol Police Department and Karina's going to ask them face to face, Where's my freaking where's my police certificate? My passport is at the embassy in Bogota waiting on you to give me a police certificate. And we're not waiting any longer. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Miguel, you follow along I-134 is so helpful. By the way, there you go. Filled mine out without any issues. There you go, Miguel. You watched the video, right? I made a video on how to fill out the I-134, which is the Declaration of Financial Support for a K-1 visa. You watched the video, you followed the video, and you filled it out by the video, and guess what? You had no problems because the video I put together is exactly how you're supposed to fill out an I-134. I think the only thing that I forgot to put in the video, the only thing I didn't include was the alien number, which you get off the NOA2 letter, and you can put that on the I-134. But that's the only thing I didn't put in the video. But it's not a big deal. So I'm glad, Miguel, that you learned how to do the I-134. Samba Cilia. Hi, Diego. Is it okay to submit new DS-160 before the interview? Interview's in 5 days. I realized I made a slight mistake. Also, does pregnancy impact K-1 visa issuance? Last is cultural engagement ceremony. Okay. Number one, you can resubmit the DS-160, print the new confirmation page. Immigration don't like it when you do that. They get frustrated because it's more work for them, but boo-hoo, right? They'll get over it. You're paying for this. So go ahead and resubmit. The next question is, also, does pregnancy impact the K-1 visa issue? No. If your beneficiary is pregnant, you're going to have a baby. Congratulations. Your K-1 visa will process just like normal. Nothing's going to change. Your visa will not be denied because of a pregnancy. It doesn't speed up the process. It doesn't slow down the process. The process will continue as normal with a pregnancy. So nothing changes other than the fact you're going to have a baby. And then that's it. Now, if the baby is born overseas, if your baby is born in a foreign country, then you got to go and get the baby U.S. citizenship from the embassy. Register the birth at the embassy. Got it? And then you can get a passport, U.S. passport for the baby. If your baby's born in the United States, then your baby is going to be good. Don't have to worry about it. You just got to include the baby on the affidavit of support as an extra mouth to feed. So that means you got to make a little bit more money on your affidavit of support. Form I-864. Miguel, okay, Samba, you got it? Miguel, I figured that part out on my own. Good, which anyone can with little thought. There you go, Miguel. You're very intelligent. You're good to go. Now let me answer the question about the wedding reception. If you have a wedding plan in place, then bring it to the embassy. Okay? If you got wedding plans, you better have wedding plans. You're on a fiancé visa. You're going to get married. The embassy officer may ask you for wedding plans. I need to see your wedding plans. I had a stack of paperwork and emails this thick with our wedding plans in Navarre Beach for Karina, with Captain Bill, our wedding officiant. I have emails back and forth for a year. Karina took them to the interview. They didn't ask to see them because they already knew when I submitted the K-1 visa how powerful and how strong that K-1 visa package was. They knew we already had wedding plans. They don't have time to ask for stuff they know that we got. But bring them to the interview. Let me see. GLK Dog 01. Hey, Diego, I just got processed to pick up my interview, but it's not allowing me to pick the date in the Dominican Republic. So you got access, but you don't have access to pick a date because all the dates are filled up. Okay? So what happens is you can get in there, but now what you got to do is you got to look for an open slot. Right now, the Dominican Republic is in Santo Domingo, I believe is where you go for the embassy interview. And you don't have to translate documents into English either. It's not required in Santo Domingo. But you got to keep going and checking and looking for an open slot. When I was given access to the embassy calendar for Karina in Bogotá, Colombia, I paid the visa fee, did the DS-160 with Karina. There was one day open in November 16th, for an embassy interview. There was one day open for the biometrics. That was November 8th. So I jumped on them, got them. So I just got to keep looking for an open. When you look at the calendar, you want to look for an open slot, okay? And then jump on it. Get on it. No, it's not going to allow you GLK Dog until a day opens up. So keep looking every day. Look, check twice a day, not 3 times. Check twice a day, and see if you can get in. Eventually, you're going to see a slot, and you're going to get it, and you're going to schedule your interview. Arturo Morales, hi Diego and Karina, is there a new form I-134? Yeah, there is. I just made a video about it. I'm still waiting for a sputum culture test from St. Luke's. That's in the Philippines, yeah. Clinic result will be January 12th. Oh, you're good. You know, you're good. The immigration is just playing hardball right now with tuberculosis in the Philippines. But, you know, it's just relax. Just wait it out. January's next month. You'll be here. You'll be there before you know it. And then thank you for praying for our Interpol police clearance. They told us December 18th, which is next Monday, is the longest we'll have to wait for it. But we're going to go tomorrow. I'll go with Karina. She's going to do a face-to-face with Interpol and say, hey, look, my freaking passport is in the embassy in Bogotá. I can't leave the country without the passport. I need my visa. The only way I can get my visa is with your freaking police certificate. So let's shake a leg. Let's get it done. Michelle, wait a second. Miguel, Karina, ¿cómo va tu inglés? Karina speaks she's learning. She's learning English, okay? When she gets to Florida, it'll be much easier for her to learn English. Here, I speak Spanish the only time I speak English is on the live stream. During the day, I'm speaking Spanish with Karina all day. I'm in Colombia, so I respect the country. I respect South America. When I'm in Colombia, I speak Spanish. When I'm in America with Karina, I'm speaking English. And I will help Karina learn English. Michelle, let me see. Hey, Diego, USCIS sent me a rejection letter for a K1 with someone else's case number, but they put my name. It came from Dallas. While I'm on the process of waiting for a green card, being in the U.S. now. Michelle, you need to respond to that. Okay. Make a copy of your NOA2 letter. Address the letter to USCIS in Texas, and make sure you address it to USCIS in Texas. Dear immigration officer, who have just got off their meds, please get back on your meds. No, I'm kidding. Don't say that. Write a letter to USCIS. Michelle, this is what you got to do. Okay. Here's what you got to do. Write a letter to Texas and say, I'm in the United States waiting for my green card. This person is not me. This person doesn't exist. I don't even know who this person is. And then attach your NOA2 letter with your receipt number and your name on it. Make a copy of that, put it with the letter, and send it to USCIS in Texas, and they will fix the error. Relax, it's no big deal. Okay, I'm telling you, immigration, they're not perfect. You know, they make mistakes. So sometimes they make stupid mistakes. Like there was one lady who was waiting for she had scheduled her visa interview in Ghana. She went to the visa interview in Ghana, and her name didn't match the name. For some reason, the NVC and the USCIS had sent another person's name to the embassy interview. She said, that's not me. That's somebody else. And immigration said, well, I'm sorry, but we have to send your visa back to USCIS in California. She's like, wait a second. I waited 2 years for this. And now you messed up. Now it's my fault. And you're going to send my visa back to USCIS? So she sent me a message, and I told her, relax. Call Senator Rubio. She was from Florida. I gave her Senator Rubio's number that I don't put out. Okay, I'm not going to put it out, but I gave it to her. And in 2 weeks, her visa was back in the embassy in Ghana with the correct name, and she got her visa. Immigration make mistakes, okay? They're not perfect, but when they do, it causes problems. It causes heartache. It causes emotional distress. But you got to calm down because your visa's good. Your visa's approved. She got it, and she's happy. And she emailed me. She goes, hey, I got my visa. Thank you so much. Senator Rubio was a great help. I said, no problem. No problem. I'm here to help you. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody. Michelle, do you understand what you got to do? Send an email to USCIS in Texas and say, this isn't me. Here's my NOA2 letter. And I'm in America waiting on my green card. So you have a Merry Christmas and go mess with somebody else. And you continue to wait for your green card. Let me see here. They attached my entire K1 case folder. Seriously, these people are crazy. You got to write them a letter. Okay, say this person's not me. You put the wrong name down. San Brasilia, is I-134 dated January 4th, 2023? Yes, it is. Okay, for the interview this month? Yes, it is. Also, is cultural engagement ceremony okay? No, it's not. Do not bring any pictures of a cultural engagement ceremony to your embassy interview. Don't do it. Immigration might think you got married. There are people that live in beautiful Africa. There's parts of Africa, and you have these beautiful engagement ceremony in ceremonial clothing, and it's beautiful. And it's a beautiful thing to see. But it looks like a wedding ceremony. Immigration, the embassy is going to say, did you get married? No. Prove it. You got to prove to the embassy officer you didn't get married. It's kind of hard to do. Do not bring any cultural engagement photos, pictures to the embassy interview. Don't do it. Yes, Samba, you can use the new I-134 for your visa interview. Let me see. Hamid, hi Diego and Karina, how are you guys? We're good, good. My question is, if you're married abroad and waiting for I-130 to be approved, how I file a tax return, single or married? You file it married. You're married. You got to file it married. You file your tax return married, and then you write a letter, and you include in you put in the IRS when you file your taxes. You say I'm married, and my wife is in this country, and she's just waiting on her green card to get it processed at the embassy. You got to say you're married. If you're married, you got to put married. Okay. If you don't have a social security number, you got to write a letter of explanation. This is why I don't have a social security number, but include a copy of the immigration paperwork with your IRS tax return. You know, like the I-130, the NOA2 letter. Include all that in the when you file your taxes. Michelle, gotcha. Should I call them? No, don't waste your time calling immigration. Immigration will take the call. They'll listen to you if you can get through. It may take you a month to get through, and then they'll forget about what you said. You got to put it in writing. Everything's got to be put in writing. Write a letter to Texas USCIS Service Center. Say, look, here's my NOA2 letter. This is my name. This person I don't even know who this person is. I'm in America waiting on my green card. Please fix this. Please fix this. And immigration will fix it. But you got to write a letter, and you make a copy of the letter and keep it with your records. So you have evidence of communication with USCIS. So if worst case scenario, if you have to sue USCIS in federal court because they made a stupid mistake and they won't fix it, you can sue them. The federal judge is going to see the NOA2 letter and say, okay, this is you. Okay, immigration, who's this person? Why did you send this bogus letter to this person? And then you win the case and you carry on smartly. But you got to prove evidence of communication with immigration. Write a letter. You got to sign it in black ink, date it, send the original, make a copy. You got it, Michelle? Amy, don't call them. Amy, today we approved after 221G wait about a month. There you go. Very good, Amy. Congratulations. Yeah, we got a 221G also. And we should get the letter from Interpol probably by Monday, the 18th of December, 2023. And then I'll submit it to the SEAC. Plus, I'm going to email it to them. Plus, I'm going to FedEx it to them. So they're going to get 3 copies of the same letter. Okay? FedEx, email, SEAC. And then I'm going to copy Senator Rubio in my email to the embassy in Bogotá and say, Senator Rubio, these are the documents they asked for. I I'm submitting them. Thank you for following my case this last 2 years. Have a nice day. So immigration is going to see Marco Rubio's email in my email to them. And they're going to go, we best not mess with this guy. And they would be right. But congratulations, Amy, on your approval after your 221G. It's no big deal, right? Just wait it out. It's just a process. You got to wait it out. Miguel, hopefully I hear good news this week. Diego, sure. You're good, Miguel. You got to just wait. Guys, the secret to this K1 visa, successful completion. Number one, you got to qualify for the benefit. Number two, if you get an RFE, relax. You know you're qualified. You just got to provide something. You forgot your divorce decree. You sent in a divorce decree they couldn't read because it was from Colombia and it was in Spanish, and you didn't translate it into English. Any communication with USCIS has to be translated into English. If you are in a visa interview at the embassy in Bogotá or Santo Domingo, you don't have to translate documents into English. They speak Spanish and English. But the immigration folks at USCIS, they don't speak Spanish. You got it? So the secret to a K1 visa, qualify for the benefit, be patient. It's not going to be a fast process. If you get an RFE, respond to it immediately. Don't mess up. Don't get in a panic. Read what they want. If you get an RFE and they say, we need your certified copy of your divorce decree, you didn't include it in your K1 visa package, get them a certified copy of the K1 of the divorce decree. Don't send them a certified copy of the divorce decree, your marriage certificate from the past person you were divorced from, and more photos of your engagement and boarding passes from your last trip. That will irritate them. Just if they ask for A, send A. Don't send B, C, D, E, and F. Okay? I know you get emotional and you're trying to prove your case, but you don't have to prove your case. To prove your case, you provide what they ask for. On my first K1 visa, I got an RFE in 2016. They said, okay, so you met your beneficiary online, but you didn't say what the website was. So I went to my credit card and I found where I paid to join this website. I printed the terms and service of the website that said it's not an IMBRA, an IMBRA. Sent it back, and within 2 weeks, I got my visa approved. If you get an RFE, relax. Don't panic. It's not that you failed. You didn't forget. It's not that they're blocking your visa. Now, if you didn't meet face-to-face with your beneficiary within 2 years before you filed the K1 visa, and you submit your K1 visa, but you haven't met each other face-to-face when you filed it, you're going to get an RFE. Where is the documents and the evidence saying that you met each other in face-to-face in the past 2 years? And then you're going to say, well, then you can't respond to the RFE because you don't have any documentation. You don't have any boarding passes. You don't have any photos. You don't have any hotel receipts because you didn't meet each other. You write back and say, I don't have any evidence because we didn't meet each other. Guess what? Your visa gets denied. Is that the end of the world? No. What do? You meet face-to-face with your beneficiary, you get all the evidence, and then you refile your K1 visa and say, I want to refile. Or you can do this. This is the smart thing to do. If you didn't meet face-to-face and you get an RFE that says, where's the evidence? And you don't have it, you write a letter to USCIS and say, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had to meet face-to-face before I filed the K1 visa. I want to withdraw my visa like it never happened. So you withdraw the visa like it never happened, and then you refile once you meet each other face-to-face, and then you write a letter of explanation saying, I'm sorry, I didn't file my visa properly the first time. I withdrew it, and then you prove the evidence that you met each other, and you're good to go. Let me see. Miguel, hopefully I hear good news this week. Diego, sure, you've got this, Miguel. Miguel, do I have to translate documents for the embassy, Diego? In Colombia, no. In Santo Domingo, no. You don't need to translate Spanish documents into English. In Santo Domingo and in Bogotá, Colombia, you don't have to. Alex Mo, Diego, my interview was on the 4th of December in Dominican Republic. We got approved. High five. But it's been a week. There's still no passport. Alex, and nothing. I'm worried. I brought a plane ticket for the 19th. Number one, you don't buy plane tickets until you get your passport in your hand. Okay? Number two, it takes about a week to 2 weeks for the immigration in Santo Domingo to put the K1 visa in the passport. It takes between a week and 2 weeks. So they're busy people. So 2 weeks from now, let's see, what did you say? You had the interview on the 4th. So 2 weeks will be the 18th, right, of December. So hopefully you get it back in time before your flight. But, you know, my advice to everybody watching the channel who watch the video later is don't buy plane tickets till you have you look at the passport, look at the K1 visa, you make sure the names are spelled correctly, there's no errors in the name, the date of birth is correct, and then you buy the plane ticket. If there's any errors in the K1 visa embossment in the passport, you got to go back to the embassy and have them fix it, because the border patrol officer won't let you in the country if there's a major problem. If the passport number doesn't match, if the date of birth is transposed, you got to fix errors on the K1 visa. So if you bought a flight for the 19th, you might just be lucky, Alex Mo, and slide in there. You might be lucky. Francois Livingston, that's what happened to me, LOL. Francois, keeping up with Irene. Keeping up with Irene. I like that name. Keeping up with Irene. Okay. Hello, Diego and Karina. Hope you guys are doing good. We are. Please, I have a quick question to ask. I have full custody of my kids. Do I still need a consent letter from their dad? Okay. If you have a full consent letter, was that signed by a judge? Did a judge sign that? Was it came out of a judge's order? If that came out of a judge's chambers with a judge's signature on it, and then you are good to go. But what I would do is I would get the dad's permission too as a backup. It depends on the country. In Colombia, okay, if you're bringing a child from Colombia to the USA, you got to get a letter from the dad or from the mom saying they got permission to leave the country. So which country are we talking about here? Let me know which country. Keeping up with Irene. That really helped me out and answer your question. Remember, I'm not giving you any legal advice. I'm just giving you from experience, what I know, from what I've been through in the last 8.5 years. Marcel MP. Hi, Diego. And Hola, Karina. What's up, Marcel? What are you doing? You're hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Francois, far before rather than after. Yeah, so Francois, you filed your K1 visa before you met in person and you realized your mistake, right? And then I helped you fix it, right? And now you're back in the game. All the time wasted could have been prevented. No, it's all good. Don't be a victim, Francois. If I found the channel before, I'm sure I didn't know what I was doing before, but now I do. Francois, you know what you're doing now, right? And you can ask me questions anytime you want. And I saved you, right, from a massive failure. Didn't I save you? I think so. Marcel MP, Diego, me and my fiance are planning to live with his mom in the States for a couple of months. Okay. This house is hers. The house is hers. What can we do to prove domicile? Okay, how to prove domicile at this address? You have your mom write a letter, an affidavit, and say that you and your fiance, your family now, man and wife, live at this house. Your mom will write a letter of affidavit saying this is where you live. That's the main thing right there. Normally, if you explain the situation to immigration, but what the best thing to do is to get your new wife's name on some of the bills on the house, like the electric bill, the water bill, and then print those bills with her name on it. She's not going to probably be paying those bills, but that helps prove domicile. Get a state ID. If you can get a state ID without a social security number, or go get a social security number from the Social Security Administration, and then apply for a driver's license, and then put the address of where your mom is on the driver's license, and include that in your adjustment of status paperwork. You can always go back and get a new driver's license and change it when you get a new place to live. Those are ideas, okay? Let me see. Marcel, after our visa gets approved, hopefully it will get approved. Sure, it's going to get approved. Marcel, you qualified for the visa, right? You make enough money. You're an American citizen. You're not a criminal, right? You met face-to-face within 2 years. You put a strong K1 visa package together. You're good. Edwina Davis. My fiance did his interview on the 5th, and they told him they are putting him on a 221G administrative processing. They took his passport, but didn't tell him the reason. What could be the reason? What country? Tell me the country, and I'll tell you the reason. Bud Garcia, hello, Karina and Diego from Washington State. Hope you are both doing well. Bud, we are good. We're good. I'm over the Bogotá flu. I'm over my mountain sickness. I went to the dentist today thinking I was going to get 2 new teeth, but the dentist said, no, we have to do a 3D topographical, whatever, photograph of your entire mouth to make sure that we can put these new teeth in. They're implants. I'm like, okay. So I paid for this 3D video, photo, whatever it is. And on Wednesday, I'll find out what can happen. Alex Mo, thanks for your reply, Diego. I hope the passport comes in time, but from your experience, is the passport tracker accurate? No, forget the passport tracker. Forget it. Just hope you get it in time. If you don't, guess what? You could call the airline and say, hey, guys, can you please change my flight? I just got my visa. Give them a sub story. Keeping up with Irene. Yes, Diego, it was signed by a judge. I can't get a consent from their dad because he's not in their lives anymore, like 7 years, and I'm the sole parent, and I'm a Nigerian. If the judge signed the letter that gives you total control of your kids, you're good to go. If a judge signed it, if a magistrate signed it, it's not strong enough. It's not going to pass, okay? A judge is the final word, and you are good. K Messenger, ahoy from that place you live in Mexico. Hope you and Karina are doing well. Hey, K Messenger, I've been saying that Ciudad Juarez. Now you're going to Ciudad Juarez, right, for your visa interview? I kept saying it's on the border of Texas, but it's on the border of California. So I stand corrected. Edwina Davis, is it because the passport number on the I-29 is different from the passport he went with because he lost the other one? No. If you lose your passport, you file a K1 visa, you lose your passport, you got to get a new passport. The number's going to change. You update the passport number on the DS-160 and the I-134. I believe on the DS-160 or DS-260. That's when you update the passport number. If you lose your passport, get a new passport, update it, and then they're going to ask you a question on the DS-160. Have you lost your passport in the past? Yeah, I lost it. And then you say, okay, here's my new passport. Ted, the fiance is called beneficiary for her I-134. What is the child called on the I-134? Dependent. Where you show contribution of support, are they beneficiary for the I-134? Ted, on the I-134, the sponsor fills out the I-134. The beneficiary doesn't touch it. But on the beneficiary part, you put your beneficiary's name, her full name, don't miss her middle name, and underneath that name, you put any of her kids, and those are the dependents. And you add up the number of kids. So let's suppose on the I-134, you put your beneficiary's name, and she has 2 kids. What's the number of dependents? How many? 2. You don't include the beneficiary in the number of dependents. So what's the family size? 4. The sponsor here, beneficiary, 2 kids. That's 4 for the family size. You got it? Now, when you fill out the child's individual I-134, okay, you got to tell me this. When you fill out the child's I-134, You're going to put the child's name. You're going to put that as a single name on the beneficiary page. Okay? You're going to fill out the child's name. This is my K2. This is the K2. You don't put the mom's name on that. You only put the child's name, okay? And how many dependents does your child have? How many dependents? 0. So you fill out the I-134 for the sponsor, for the beneficiary and her kids. And then you fill out the I-134 per child. You put the child's name under there as beneficiary, and you put 0 dependents. Because the kid doesn't have any dependents, right? Edwina Davis, he said she was asking a lot of questions about the lost passport. Who was asking a lot of questions? Who? In Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah. Okay, I lost my passport. I got a new one. I'm sorry. It happens. Was this for the 221G? You know, if you lose your passport, it's a big deal because somebody else could get it and use it. But with biometrics, that blocks that. So if you lose your passport, the biometrics that you get pretty much prevents somebody else from using it, unless they change the passport photo, which is not going to match with the name. So it's no problem. Marcel, no, I'm not an American citizen. I'm actually Dominican, but I've lived in Canada for the past 8 years. I'm a Canadian citizen. Okay, so you got to get a police certificate from the Dominican Republic, and you got to get a police certificate from Canada for your visa processing. So you're a Canadian Dominican. Okay, that's great. Are you learning French? If you're Canadian and Dominican, you got to get 2 police certificates. Okay, one from Canada, one from the Dominican Republic. K Messenger, we are preparing our DS-160 as well as other documents from the consulate in Juarez. Okay. Do you know approximately how long to get packet 3, packet 4? About 2 to 3 weeks. If you're in that process, if you're at that point, it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks. And then you can always email them and ask for it, and they might send it to you quicker. Marcel, my fiance is going to add me to his bills. Yeah, that's great. Put your name on everything. We will ask his mom for that letter of affidavit. There you go. Boom. Perfect. And have her and follow the directions. Every state in America, there's 50 states in the United States. There's 50 states. Okay, Hawaii's the 50th, Alaska's the 49th, and Delaware was the first one. But every state has a different rule for an affidavit. So find out what the rules are for an affidavit letter from the state that you live in and process that letter of affidavit as per the rules of the state. And that protects you, that covers you. And then you're good to go. Let me see here. Edwina, they took all his documents, but told him they do not need the I-134 that I completed. Do you know why? Yeah, because some embassies, they want to see it, and they see the information. All they're looking for is income. Some embassies take it, some embassies don't, but you got to bring it. They'll look at the income, and they say, okay, the income's good, keep the I-134. Now it's on you when you process the green card to meet the income requirements in the USA. It gets a little stricter. You got to be at 125% in the United States. So don't worry about them not taking the I-134, but make sure you bring it. Most embassies want it. This is in Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah, Frankfurt, Germany. That's no problem. Don't worry about the I-134. Don't worry about it, but make sure you get the income is good for the green card. Bud Garcia, when can I put an inquiry to the NBC? It's been 53 days. Wait a week. Bud, wait one more week, and then send the inquiry. You can do 1 week, right? Alex Mo, Diego, I was surprised the interview was only like 6 minutes, and it's not scary at all. You scared this interview. It's not scary, right? Thanks to you guys, this process was easy for me. Just had to be patient because it's lengthy. Alex Mo. But what I tell you guys, the secret to the success of the K1 visa is patience. If you are an impatient person, and Karina, she talked to me today. I'm trying to charge my cell phone. I couldn't get the connection. She jumps in there and says, patience. You got to be patient, Diego. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. So she took my phone. She took the charger, and she got my phone charged. I was getting frustrated. She said, patience, patience. Same with the K1 visa. Ted, so the child's name on their own I-134, yes. Then the birthday, then next would be the beneficiary. No, be the birthday to the child. Or should I call them K2? No, it's the kid. The I-134 is for the child. The child's name, the child's date of birth. Number of dependents, 0. Fill out the I-134 exactly like you filled out the one for your future wife. But for the child's I-134, you don't put your wife's name on there. It's not about her. It's about you and the child. They're just trying to get a family size, and you got to put an I-134 for each person, just like you put a DS-160 for each person. You know, there was one lady, she filed her DS-160, and she messaged me. She said, do I need to do a DS-160 for my child? Well, yeah, it's an individual. Every person's an individual. When you file for the green card, if you bring 2 kids to the United States, you're going to file a green card application for the beneficiary and 1 for each child. So that's going to be 3 green card applications. 1 for the beneficiary, 1 for each child. You got it? Same for the DS-160. Same for the I-134. Let me see. You got it, Ted? Do you understand? Marcel, yeah, I got my 2 police certificates. High five. Edwina Davis, so how can we know why they get a Visa 221G and why they kept his passport? This is the consulate in Frankfurt. Is your beneficiary German or a different country? What country, Edwina Davis, what country is your beneficiary from? From Germany? Or is he living in Germany as under an asylum from another country? Tell me that. Help me out a little bit there, and I'll answer your question. Jonathan Linder, the New York requires original certified birth certificates for marriage license. So much to remember. They don't take photocopies. That's right. If you live in New York City, New York State, okay, what can I say? I lived in New York when I was a teenager. I lived in Staten Island. And I get out of there as soon as I could. As soon as I was old enough, I was on a plane to Jacksonville, Florida. Enough said. And that was the best decision I ever made in my life, was moving to Florida when I was a teenager. Let me see. Marcel, thank you for your advice, Diego. I learned something new in every live stream. Marcel, that's good. If you don't learn anything from this live stream, then, you know, I'm wasting my time. But you guys are smart. You're intelligent. You know how to do this K1 visa process. You just need a little bit of guidance going through the maze, because it's a maze. And then you get these stupid emails from the NVC and you get nervous. Oh, what's going on? And I unnervous you. I help you. This is your channel, guys. I put it together with Karina's idea. She said, do it. Put it together. I said, okay, here it is. It's your channel. Ted, just curious, what are your thoughts of having beneficiaries sign a prenup? Not doing it, but curious. I wouldn't do it. You can if you want, but are you in love with your future wife or husband? Is your future wife or husband trying to use you for a green card? Is it a fraud? Is it a fraud marriage? If you guys love each other, and I mean, Karina's she's my vida, my mom todo. I'm not doing a prenup. Her name's going on the house. It's security for her. She's my wife. I love her dearly. And we've been together a long time. So I'm not going to do a prenup. When I go kick the bucket, whatever, Karina's good. She's secure. I don't recommend it. But if you're not confident, if you're not secure, if you don't trust your future husband or wife, if you don't feel like the relationship's strong enough, then do a prenup. You know, I think only Hollywood movie stars do prenups, right? Because their marriages don't last but what, 2 weeks? That's why they do prenups. But in the K1 visa family right here, you guys love you love your prometida, your prometido, then you're good. Nick, is 2 years of tax transcripts enough with a 1040? For the embassy interview, yes. For the green card application, get 3 years. Jonathan Linda, good news. Fiance's social security card arrived less than a week. Good news, Jonathan. Good news. Ingrid, hi, Diego. I'm glad to see you. My fiance is coming to the U.S. on December 22nd, right before Christmas. I would like to share our timeline with you. Where should I send you the timeline? Post it right here in YouTube, not on the live stream, but post it on where you can write questions to me. And if you want, I'll make a video for you. Bud Garcia, is there a time frame for the DS-160? Is it good for a year or 30 days? If you fill out the DS-160 on your computer and save it and wait for the ready status and the packet 3 and the packet 4, it's good for 30 days. Once you get the ready status and the packet 3, packet 4 email and the embassy's ready for you to process the visa, you fill out the DS-160, you submit it, you get the confirmation page, and it's good for a year. It's actually good from September 1st. It's a fiscal year, okay? So it's a fiscal year, September through October. Let me see. Nick, I printed 2 years of tax returns, tax transcripts. Okay, get 1 more year. Bud Garcia, is there a time frame for the DS-160? I explained it. 30 days if you save it on the computer, and then you time out. You don't get your ready status or your whatever, and then you have to redo the whole thing because it's going to time out. Nick, also, do I need to send my bio page of my passport and birth certificate to my fiance for the interview? Just the bio page of your passport or the birth certificate, either or, one or the other, not both. All you got to do is prove U.S. citizenship. I gave Karina a copy of the biographic page of my passport. Immigration's happy. Ted, I think I'm confusing you. I'm not confused. I'm answering your questions. On the contribution part is the name, then the birthday, then a space to call the beneficiary. Okay. The income is going to be to your beneficiary. It's going to be totally for your beneficiary. Total. However much money you make in a year is what you're going to put on your beneficiary's income. Okay? You're going to repeat that for the child on the I-134 for the child. You got it? What would you put for the child's I-134 annual income? 0. The kid makes no money. The child's income is 0. The child's assets are 0. But you put your total income on the I-134 for your child. The total income. If you make $100,000 a year, that's what the income is going to be. Miguel, thank you for giving Diego the idea, Karina. Gracias. Okay. Gracias, Miguel. Edwina, my fiance is from Africa. Okay. Just completed his master's degree in Germany. Good. So why do you think the 221G without the passport? No response given. Okay. Which country in Africa is he from? I want to be pulling your teeth out, Edwina, to get the name of the country. I know what continent, which country in Africa, and I'll give you the answer to the 221G. I'll tell you why he has it. But I got to know what country. Okay. Hedrex Soldiero Chris Fire. Hey Diego and Karina, my fiance passed her interview. Whoa, high five. Congratulations. Thanks for your support. Anytime. Hedrex, we were here for you a long time. We were always here for you. After she comes here and we get married, what is the next step? Adjust the status. You got it. Adjust the status for the green card. Don't mess up the paperwork. Don't mess it up. Okay, I've made videos a year ago on how to adjust status for a green card. If you want to watch those videos, you can. But I'm going to make a new video. Hopefully we'll be in Florida in January. And on the adjustment of status. Ted, thanks for all your help. Heading to Bogotá Thursday. Very good. An interview is on the 19th. Perfect. You got it. 17 months for all to know how long ours took. 17 months. Very good. Ours took 19 and a half months. Well, it's going to be 20, 21 months with this stupid 221G, where it is what it is. Will, do I need the original divorce decree of my fiance or a certified divorce decree? Okay, for the interview, Will, you need a certified copy of your fiance's divorce decree. So your fiance needs to go to, don't get an email copy, don't get a scanned copy, don't get a Xerox copy. You got to go to the government office, like what I did. I went to the clerk of the court in Santa Rosa County. I said, I need a certified copy of my divorce decree. The lady said, okay, what's your name? I gave her my name, social. She looked it up. She printed it. She took the top copy. She stamped it. She signed it and she dated it. And I said, don't staple it. She said, okay. I got a copy of I got a business card of the clerk of the court from Santa Rosa County. I included it with the divorce decree and I gave it to Karina, okay, in a document protector. The immigration officer at the embassy in Bogotá took the divorce decree out of the document protector, thanked her for not stapling the documents together because they need to scan them, looked at the business card and they asked, and then asked Karina, is this a copy or a certified copy? Karina said, it's a certified copy from Santa Rosa County Courthouse. Here's the business card of the clerk of the court. You're welcome to call him if you want to verify. He said, no, you're good. Do you understand? Certified copy, not a Xerox copy, not a PDF copy. Do not email the clerk of the court and say, can you send me an email of my divorce decree? They'll send it. They send you an email of your divorce decree and you get it, you print it. It's no good. It's no good for immigration. They won't accept it. Okay? You can't do that. You got to get a certified copy. Let me see. Nick, Diego, my bank account shows balance for all accounts. Okay, I don't know why they made this change. Don't worry about it. Will this be an issue? And I need to include other accounts on the I-134. Nick, is your income $5,000-$6,000 above the minimum income for your family size? If you're making $5,000 or $6,000 above your minimum income, as required by the federal government for your family size, you don't even have to put your bank information down. Is your income sufficient? Excuse me, guys. I just want to include only 2 accounts. I am kind of stuck at the moment. Well, you got a checking account and a savings account. You put how much money's in your checking account, how much money's in your savings account. You add the 2 numbers together and you put it at the bottom of the form and add it to the bottom of the form for under assets. Yeah, Nick, don't overthink this, okay? You got checking and savings account. Some people have a checking, savings, and money market. Checking, savings, money market, and CDs. Okay? Try not to overthink it. Don't overthink it. Patricia, T. Collinson. Hi, Diego and Karina. Hope you guys are good. We're doing great, Patricia. Always. Tomorrow we're going to go to Central Bogotá and hang out. We're going to go to Central Bogotá. We're going to go to the Interpol Police Department and say, where the heck is her police certificate? We've been waiting for 3 weeks now. And then we're going to go and check on our wedding rings, because I bought Karina these beautiful wedding ring from this store in Bogotá. Man, it's beautiful. Woof! My credit card company was so happy to get that bill. They're like, well, thanks, Diego. Perfect. But Karina is very happy. ¿Te gusta, mi amor? Woof! You should see our wedding ring, guys. We're getting it personalized. Okay, Karina and okay, it's private. Boom, it's private. Okay, I won't repeat it. So Patricia, we're good. Boom 2, how to do my DS160. Can you make a video? Already did. I already made a video on how to do a DS160. Go look for it. Today is only for subscribers, okay? Today, only subscribers can ask me questions. Mondays is subscriber night. So look through all of the videos and look for DS160 video, and you'll find it and watch it. And it tells you how to do it. Let me see. The Venus. Man, the Venus. Well, why not the Mars or Pluto? The Venus. Is it okay if I carry IRS transcript and W-2 but no 1040? Yeah, you can do that. But what if they ask for a 1040? What if they ask you for a 1040? They could ask you for it. Then what are you going to do? I would get it. Nelson Gooden, hi. What's going on, Nelson? The Venus. Do I have to give all my social media, or can I just give Instagram alone? The Venus. If you have Facebook, you tell them you got Facebook. If you got Instagram, you tell them you got Instagram. If you got X, you tell them you got X. Elon Musk bought Twitter, and now it's X. If you have whatever, you got to tell immigration all of your social media. Now, Karina has Instagram and Facebook. So she said, I got Instagram and Facebook, but she doesn't have X. So we didn't put that. Bud Garcia, I wish I could check my status on NBC just to see where it is. I just feel lost and in the dark. Bud Garcia, don't check the status. Don't do that. You're not lost. You're not in the dark. You're in the process. And you're almost at the end of it. Quit checking your phone for status. You're going to get a headache. I never checked the status for Karina's visa. When it was in NOA2 stage, I would check maybe once or twice a month. Once a month. On the 30th of every month, I would check the status. That's it. I just waited for the NOA1 letter. Then I just waited for the NOA2 letter. Then I waited for the welcome letter. Then I got the K1 FTP welcome letter. Then I waited for the packet 3, packet 4 email. It's just a waiting game. I didn't check nothing, hardly. Let's see. Nice way, Diego. How are you? Muy, very good. Nice way. How long does it take to get the passport after the interview? What country? Nice way. What country are you in? Normally a week to 2 weeks, but some countries take a month. Bud Garcia, is there a way to check it without a welcome letter? Bud Garcia, don't check nothing. Just email the consulate and ask them for your packet 3, packet 4 email. Just ask them for it. So ask them once a week. Edwina, can you answer my question? Fiance is from Africa. Okay. Yeah. What country in Africa? Edwina, I will answer your question, but Africa is a big country. Africa is a continent. Is he from South Africa? Is he from Nigeria? Is he from Ghana? Is he from Niger? Is he from the Sudan? Is he from Kenya? Where is it? What country in Africa does he live in? Then I'll tell you the answer for the 221G. Patricia, how can I get a 1040? Call the IRS. Call the IRS and ask them for a 1040. Ask for a copy of it. K Messenger on the DS-160. If I ask if someone is traveling with you, I will travel with her from Mexico. I'm not family. What is the proper answer? Fiance petitioner. On the there's a question on the DS-160. It says, "Are you traveling alone?" But if you're not traveling alone, then you put the person you're traveling with. Let me see. I will travel with her from Mexico. I am not family. What do you mean you're not family? If you're going to get married to her, you're going to be family, right? What is the proper answer? Fiance or petitioner? If you're going to be traveling with your fiance, you're going to put petitioner. Nice way. DR, Dominican Republic, beautiful Dominican Republic. You can download it online. Bud Garcia, when it was at USCIS, I checked it every 3 weeks. Bud, you got a headache, right? Did you get a headache doing that? Edwina, what country in Africa is your beneficiary from? South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Sudan, Niger, where? Which country? Let me know which country, and I'll help you. I'm trying to explain to you what a 221G is a security check on an individual. Okay? That's what it is. So, Sierra Leone, okay. Sierra Leone, which is on the west coast of Africa. He is living in Germany, and that's where he interviewed and got a 221G in Germany, and they kept his passport with no reason. Okay? Here's what they're doing. If they kept his passport, that means they're going to process him a visa. They're going to put a K1 visa in his passport, but first they're going to do one more security check on him in Sierra Leone. Like Karina, she got a 221G. They're doing an Interpol police certificate on her because she's from Venezuela. Okay, Venezuela is not a very nice place. Okay, the people are beautiful. The country is ran by communists. They're dictators. They're evil people. Just my opinion. But Venezuelan people are beautiful. They're good people. But they got to put up with this Maduro guy. The same is probably what's going on in the Sierra Leone. They just want to do a police check on him. That's all. Give him time to do the police check. The police check will come back with no problems, and then they'll put the visa in his passport, and he gets his passport. Even after he has a police report from Sierra Leone. Karina had a police report from Colombia. She had a police report from Colombia right here. I am a foreigner living in Colombia for 5 years. Here's my passport number. The police certificate came back, no problems. no problems. And the embassy officer said, I want to see an Interpol police certificate. So the same thing is happening to him, but in a different way. In your case, the embassy's doing the police check. In our case, Interpol's doing the police check, and Karina had to initiate it with her cedula and her passport. It's no different. You got it, Edwina. You understand? There's no difference between what's going on with you and what's going on with Karina. They took his passport. They're going to do the police check, and then they're going to put his visa together and give it back to him. Just be patient. He will be good. And congratulations to him for his master's degree. That's great. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour, 1 hour. Throw some questions my way. or Karina's going to go ahead and start cooking. So give me some questions, or Karina's going to start cooking dinner. Edwina, yes, thanks. Yeah, Edwina, relax on this, okay? Sierra Leone's on the west coast of Africa. They're just doing a secondary police check on him. It won't take long. They're probably going to use Interpol, just like Karina, and they're saving you the work of. They didn't create the work for him because he's in Germany, okay? They're doing it for him. Karina's here in Colombia. They're making her do the work, which is no big deal. And tomorrow we're going to go talk to him. Bud Garcia, is it okay if my fiance gets her police report now, or is it too early? We are at the NVC. How long does it take to get a police report from Mexico? What is it, 8 weeks, 6 weeks? Or can you do it online with the cedula, the Mexican cedula? How fast does it take to get a Mexican police certificate? If it takes 6 to 8 weeks, do it now. If it takes 10 minutes on a laptop computer, get it when you get your in-transit email. Bud Garcia, thank you for your help and info, Diego, for your info. No problem, Bud. We got you. We got you covered, man. We've got our arms around you guys, okay? We're helping you. Now, I may not know answers to everything, but most stuff I do. like the Sierra Leone, like the 221G. I know what the country is. Now I know how to respond to the question. So that helps me. Bud Garcia, she's in Thailand. Okay. So she needs to get a police certificate from Thailand. She needs to contact the Thai police, probably in Bangkok. The Venus, is it okay to go to the interview without packet 3 instructions if they delay sending it to my email? Well, the packet 3 instructions, if you can schedule the visa interview, if you can schedule the medical exam and the biometrics without the packet 3, packet 4 email, if you can do all that, then that's no problem. But you do need the K1 FTP email, which is the NVC email, saying that you need to bring that to the medical exam to schedule the medical exam. K Messenger, we got the police report in Mexico in 1 day. Okay, if you can get it in 1 day, get a new one. If you can get a police certificate in Mexico in 1 day, get a new one when you get ready status, okay? As soon as you get ready status, in transit, K1 FTP, any of those, go ahead and get a new one. And I don't think you have to translate it from Mexico. I don't know, but you may have to. I know in Colombia you don't have to, and in Dominican Republic you don't have to. But Mexico, I don't know what the embassy rules are for translating documents. They may ask you for a translated document. I don't know. So one day is easy. Okay, Edwina, you understand what's going on? They took his passport. If he didn't pass the interview, if he didn't qualify for the visa, they would have given him his passport back. He passed the interview. He qualifies for the visa. They're just waiting for the police report from Sierra Leone. Bud Garcia, how long is a police report good for? The State Department put out a directive saying they're good for 2 years from the issue date. But then again, the embassies have been overriding that and saying it's good for 6 months. So, it's hard for me to answer. The State Department says they're good for 2 years, and then the embassy says they're good for whatever. So that's why I recommend getting a new one. You got it? Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour plus, and Karina's hungry. She wants to make dinner. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Today's Monday. The next live stream will be on Wednesday night. We'll come back and tell you all about our day on Wednesday. Hopefully, I got 2 new teeth. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully, we got a police certificate. We'll find out. And tomorrow, we're going to buy some Christmas presents for our nieces and nephews, the little niños and the niñas. Yo comprar regalos para niños and niñas. And, okay. Bud Garcia, thank you. Patricia, my case status is still staying transfer in progress. What next? You wait for the ready status. So it's in transit. Patricia, you wait for the ready status. Nina Balin, hi Diego. The FTP one, I received the packet to go ahead and make my interview in Bogota. Now, Nina, make sure you print that K1 FTP email. You got to bring that to the secretary for the medical exam, plus the list of travelers, Nina. So Nina, right? You are in Curacao, right? The Dutch West Indies, and your visa interview is going to be in Bogotá, Colombia. You should have got an email which says list of travelers from the MVC, and you should have got an email that says FTP1. You got to print both of those emails, and you got to bring both of them to the visa interview, to the medical doctor secretary in Bogotá, Colombia. The only way you can schedule the medical exam is with those 2 emails. Very important, Nina. So do not leave your country, Curacao, the Dutch West Indies. Don't leave there without your passport, your K1 FTP email, your list of travelers email. And if you do not know what the list of travelers email is, email the embassy in Bogotá, Colombia, and say, hey, dear Mr. Immigration Officer, please send me my list of travelers email. I need it for my medical exam. Within a day or 2, they'll email it to you. Print it. If you can't find it, you need that. Nina, listen. If you can't find your list of travelers, you gotta email the embassy in Bogotá and ask them for it, and you gotta print it. Bring it with you. The list of travelers and the K1 FTP email. Print that. Okay? You gotta print them. The secretary will not schedule your medical exam without those 2 emails. Got it? I got the list of travelers. Perfect. Print it. Print 2 copies. You got the FT1. I received the packet to go ahead. You got the FTP and you got the list of travelers. Print both of those emails. Make 3 copies of each in case you lose one. And then you bring those documents to the doctor's office in Bogotá to schedule your medical exam. You got it? Tell me you got it. Okay, guys, I'll be back on Wednesday night. Hopefully with good news about Karina's Interpol letter. Hopefully with good news, I got 2 new front teeth. FTP did not get it. Okay, well, email the embassy and ask for the send an inquiry to the MVC, not the embassy. Send an inquiry to the MVC and say, please send me my FTP K1 FTP email. Got it? Got it. Okay, guys, we will see you on Wednesday at 7 p.m. We did an early one today. Nina, we're going to get you through this. We're going to help you, pull you over the finish line, and we'll see you on Wednesday night.